You're listening to First in Line, your all access pass to fan culture. I'm Liv,
I'm Elham.
and we have so much to talk about because part one of the Summer House reunion came out last night. But first, let's share our barricade or bust for the week before we get into it. What have you been loving this week?
I've been loving a new Apple TV show called Imperfect Women. It's starring Kerry Washington, Kate Mara, and Elizabeth Moss. And it is like a murder mystery kind of like thriller where like it follows this friend group and one of them dies and it kind of is like them trying to pick up the pieces and like find the murderer. It's very similar to like Big Little Lies in that way. I don't think that's a spoiler at all because it's like in the trailers. But it's very like good. I'm just an Apple TV like lover and it's very much filling that sort of like Big Little Lies, like White Lotus kind of like vibe for me where it's like a who done it, but also just like secrets within the city. Like you know what I mean? Like within the
Yeah.
friend group, within the relationships, like the husbands, the children. It's just really good, really good. I'm pretty sure the whole season's already out on Apple TV, but I just watched it. I downloaded it for my flight to Rhode Island and I watched like the first 2 episodes and I really, really liked it. So I'm like going through that right now.
Nice. Speaking of Rhode Island, you had a viral hit
Yeah.
on your eating TikTok. Make sure that you follow
Yes.
Elham Eats.
Yeah. I
Talk
went to
about how was it?
Fitzsimons.
How was munching through Rhode Island?
Okay, I like need to go back because I feel like every place I went to, the food was really good, which is a good positive sign that like maybe the more, restaurants I try will be good. Pizza Mama was really, really good. And
It looked so fluffy.
yes, it
Yeah.
was literally
You
like
know what the pizza looked like? It reminded me of Emmy Squared, which we went to on My Bachelorette. Was it kinda like
mhm.
that? Like, it was giving very fluffy pizza.
Yes, and the crunch, like, just everything, I just loved it, and it was just really beautiful, and, like, I've never been to Rhode Island, and we also spent a day in Boston too, and I've never been to Boston either, and I just, like, was like, "This East Coast life is amazing." I felt the same way when I, like, came to visit you in March, like, me and Mumina were like, "Should we, like, move to the East Coast? Like, this is so nice." Like, every
Manifesting!
state
Everyone needs to listen to our podcast so that I can get you over here.
the fact that I could drive an hour and a half and be in a different state, or even sometimes less than that, and be in a completely different state, it's just like, this is amazing. But yeah, I loved it. That TikTok is so funny. Someone was like, I hate the chewing. The chewing just drives me insane. I'm like, it's an eating video. I'm going to
Your
be chewing.
your chewing isn't even, like, that loud in the videos, you know what I mean? It's not like
Yeah.
ASMR chewing, like,
I'm like,
any
I'm taking a bite and chewing and showing you that I'm actually eating the food. Sorry. Like,
That's so funny.
but anyways, yeah. So what's your barricader
Okay,
bus?
my barricade or bust this week, it's been, like, a couple weeks of, like, obsession for me because I really hyperfixated on Off Campus and those books. I read the first 3 books, so you need to catch up to me so that we can talk about it on a podcast. But that's not my barricade or bust this week. My barricade or bust this week is this book called Into the Blue. I don't know if you've heard
Okay.
about
I'm
it.
going to look it
It's
up.
by Emma Brody. It's a romance book. I need Prime Video to pick it up. It
Okay.
follows this girl when she's 17. She works at, like, a Blockbuster store in the early 2000s, and her coworker is someone who's, like, of famous actor family, like, generations of well-known actors, and his aunt specifically was in this one, like, sci-fi show. Turns out they both are fans of the sci-fi show, and they start this friendship. They end up kind of being tutored under his aunt, and they start, like, acting together, and then all of a sudden one day he just disappears from her life, and then 10 or so years later she's like a writer, and he's a famous actor, and they end up working on a spinoff of the show that his aunt was on.
Wow.
It follows their romance, like, for another few years, but I'm telling you, I literally read, like, over 350 pages of this book yesterday and then
Oh
had to
my God.
it was so good. I could have put it down. It's on the longer side for a romance, and I'm not, like, a big romance reader,
Yeah.
but the entire book was really, really gripping, and I would love to see it as a TV show. I'm so obsessed with it. I'm going to loan it to my friend to read, and then honestly, I might reread it when she gives it back to me. It was so good. So that's gonna be, like, all I talk about for the next few weeks. I need to go and, like, deep dive on Goodreads, deep dive on TikTok, see who
Mhm.
else is talking about it. My friend bought it for me a few months ago, but I have seen people talking about it recently, so it's, like, getting hype. So get on the early train, make sure you
Yeah. I need to read that because I just looked it up, and it's a Reese Witherspoon, like,
Yes.
recommendation,
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
you might be getting that Amazon Prime show soon, hopefully.
Yeah, you're right. What is it? Hello Sunshine?
Yeah.
They're gonna do their big one with this one. No, and then it's funny because I'm reading this other book now, Read Between the Lies, I think is what it's called,
Okay.
and it's by Jessie Q. Satano. She's, like, a well-known author. I haven't read any of her other books, but I've heard good things. I'm telling you, this is the worst book I've ever read in my entire life.
No.
Mindy Kaling book studio book, and I'm like, "Mindy, you're my girl, but I can't support this." It is the worst book I've ever read. So that's my karma for reading a
Yikes.
really good book. Now I'm reading this. Yeah.
Well, sorry, Mindy.
Yeah, well, lighten us up a little bit before we get even more depressing about what's going on in Summer
Yes.
House. Do you have a boyfriend or girlfriend of the week this week?
Yes, I do, and of course, I have to give a girlfriend of the week to Sierra Miller, our
Yes.
queen, our actual queen, who is the best thing to happen to Bravo, like, ever. I just love her. We've loved her for years, even before all of this shit happened, and, like, she went, way beyond levels of fame that she was before, but she's so perfect, classy, knows how to read someone down, but without being too, like, I don't know, like she.
I think she's so poised when she does
Yes,
it.
yes, where it's even more. I saw someone say this, it's like the way she explains her thoughts and opinions, even when she's dragging you, it's like when a parent is not, like, yelling at you, they're just like, "I'm just disappointed in you." You know what I mean? Like, it's like she's not screaming off the top of her lungs, she's literally just like, "I'm classy and you suck, and these are all the reasons why you suck." And yeah, I just love her. She's having a huge moment. And like, one thing I will say is she's been having this moment for herself way before all of this happened. It just maybe sped run a few of the other opportunities that she was given, but she was, doing the Wuthering Heights red carpet in February.
Yeah.
She was doing the Sinners red carpet last year. Like, she was doing the Globes. Like, she has been working hard, and I just love her.
Oh, I agree with you. It's been her moment. She was having these moments before everything came out in
Mhm.
March. So I'm just along for the ride as she keeps going.
Yes. So should we get in our summer house reunion bag?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's.
It's all I've been thinking about since before it came out, since I watched the episode. It's just like
I
I
think
can't stop
I
thinking.
think like the first thing that stood out to me because there's been such discussion about TV friends versus real friends. These people, for the most part, give off the energy that they're really friends. You can tell when Kyle comes and sits down on the couch with Lindsay. I mean, these two have had a long, decades long history of knowing each other. And then all of a sudden, everyone's calling each other and they all get on the phone together. And then you transition to reunion day. All of the boys are in the same dressing room. They're all talking to each other. Just the way that they talk to each other, you can tell that they know so much more about each other's lives than just like we film over the summer and then we're done. Like their filming schedule is different because they only film during the summer. So they really don't have to see each other at all the rest of the year. They're not like picking up cameras here and there. And so I think it is really interesting that they do come across as such genuine friends and that's what makes like this whole situation way worse. And it even came up like a couple times that you've just shaken the entire equilibrium of the friend.
Mhm.
And Sierra said, like, that you would do this to the entire house.
Yeah.
It just how do they even go forward from there? But I really like that we were able to see that they're all true friends.
Yeah, agreed. And like immediately I just thought about when they do like the phone calls, like it's just like okay, like Lindsay and Kyle and Carl, but Lindsay and Kyle are the people who created this show, and they have been friends for 10 years. And I feel like having it was sort of like a like meta moment of having like the three people who created the show on the phone with like the two other people who are probably going to be like what the show like season 11 and
Mhm.
onwards, like Jesse and Mia. I would stand here today saying that I believe that both of them will be back on the next season, and I just loved that. And yeah, it's like you could feel the tension in the room, and I just feel like I want people to understand, like, I think a lot of Bravo viewers are very used to housewives, and housewives don't need to be friends at the end of the day because they film for 6 months, they go to dinners, they go home. They go to parties, they go home. But it's like these people film a scene
But
at a
that's also,
restaurant.
like, part of it is they're not supposed to be friends, like, someone's
Yeah,
always supposed to be on the outs, whereas, like,
exactly.
this show is supposed to be 10 or so friends
Friends.
in-house, like, having fun and being wild and crazy.
Yes. Like, it's like they film at a restaurant, they're all going home together. They're sleeping under the same roof. Like, they
Yeah.
have
They don't get to
to.
flip a table and then, like, walk out of there.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Kyle and Carl are fighting in the driveway, and then they both have to go back
Yes,
inside and
exactly. They
walk past each other's bedrooms, you know?
Yeah, like, there's nowhere to hide, and I also think that's what plays a role into how they all get so close so quickly. It's like
Mhm.
summer camp, like, it's like you befriend someone at this summer camp for 3 weeks, a month, 3 months, whatever, and then, like, you think that they're the best friend of your life, but then it's like, imagine your summer camp friends actually come to the city with you, and, like, you see them on the weekends, you go to dinner with them, you invite them to your launch parties and things like that. Like, these are true you bring them to your family home. Like, these are true friends. Like, Sierra and Paige, like, spend Thanksgiving together. Like, things like that. It's just I want people to understand, like, I'm so sick of this is a conspiracy, like, these people aren't really
Well,
friends. It's not
also,
that big of a
like,
deal.
the whole conversation, because people have been saying that around when Sierra said, like, "I was calling you, Amanda. I was asking you to do these things. You weren't answering me. You act like you don't have a phone." And people were like, "Well, that's because Amanda doesn't like her." No, that was because
Yeah.
Amanda was trying to date her ex-boyfriend. Like, it has nothing to do with Amanda and Sierra not being friends and everything to do with the fact that she was trying to be with Wes.
It has everything to do with the fact that she was guilty. Like, it's like I'm like, "I'm sorry, but Sierra texts Amanda, 'Do you wanna hang out?'" Obviously, when you're texting somebody, you see the location at the top. She's probably like, "Wait, why the hell is she here when she lives here?" And then or maybe even, like, being like, "Oh, let me see if my friend is home. Let me check her location to invite her out. Where is she?" And then it's like, "Oh, she's at West's apartment." And then you spend 30 minutes trying to come up with a lie or some shit, and instead of being honest and being like, "Oh, I was just with Wes," but it's like your subconscious, you were guilty. Like, you felt guilty from day one. I like need people to understand, like, these two people, like, even Sierra said it, it's like, it was a conscious choice. Like, your guilt was eating you alive and you still decided to go through
Well,
with
you
it.
were
Like,
purposefully turning off your location. And her saying, like, "I just didn't want people to know where my" Yes, because you were doing something slimy and dirty and
and
disgusting,
also
and everyone whacked her for that.
and I wanna note that Wes says under his breath during that moment, he
Yeah,
goes,
you were
"But
newly
you were
single.
newly single." Okay, so because you
She
were okay,
probably shouldn't be with you then. Like, she
that's the
probably
thing.
shouldn't have been at your house
Like,
then.
she's like, "I have a newfound freedom," or whatever the hell she said, and, like, I was n and he's, you were newly single." It's like, okay, so what about being newly single means you should just excommunicate all your past friends? Oh, maybe because you're newly single and dating this guy that your friend was dating at the same time, like, or whatever,
Yeah,
before.
basically, they were dating, so she was going out with all of his friends, and that's why
Yes.
she's partying and acting like she enjoys partying, which we haven't seen her do in 10 years and was pretty much the downfall of her entire marriage and relationship. So,
Mhm.
but I think too, going back to like the friendship as well, is like if everyone sitting here is saying the same thing
Yes.
and you respect supposedly most of their opinions, at some point, wouldn't you be like, guys, I really feel like I made a mistake, even if I'm gonna be if even if we're gonna be together. Like, I really do feel like this is a mistake. The energy that those 2 came in to their reunion with was not that at the slightest. I mean, look at them in the dressing room. I'm glad that they showed that. Like, they were smug, they were having a great time, they
Mhm.
were not coming in like, "Yeah, we're gonna be sorry, and we're gonna try to make amends." All of that was total nonsense. Even Andy seemed surprised,
Yeah.
and I know how much Andy loves West, but he seemed a bit stunned by how cool that they were coming
Yes.
off,
He was like,
and
"You
then
guys seem
even
a
hearing
bit relaxed," or whatever he said,
Yeah.
"You guys seem to be fine." And they're like, "Well, yeah." I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah, everyone else is crying in the other room, like, come on. I mean, I genuinely have to believe that some other things were at play here because I cannot fathom or make it seem reasonable in my mind that, like, 2 people that care anything for any of these people would come on the stage and act like that. Like, their demeanors were honestly scary.
Mhm. It was very, like it was just, like, no emotion. Like, 0 emotion. They did not care at all about what was being said about them and, like, very defensive. And, yeah, it's, like, literally, this is a quote from I'm pretty sure Heather Dubrow said this, but it's, like, if everyone is telling you that you're dead, it's time to lie down. Like, it's, like, everyone is telling you what you did is wrong. Why can't you just stand in that? And then they use words like, they're like, "We're just we just wanna focus on, like, the timeline. Like, they wanna clear up the fact that there was no cheating, but it's like, that's not the issue here, and
Yeah,
I'm
like,
like
their big reveal was that they didn't sleep together until after the statement, as if that was gonna make
make
anything
it
any better.
yeah.
First of all, doesn't make logistical sense based on the timeline that we put together, but additionally, like, so that is your big reveal that's gonna make everyone kumbaya again? That one girl, I can't think of what her name is, Girl Boss Town though,
Yeah.
on TikTok, she was saying it was really interesting, like, people that speak to narcissists in court, like, your whole point is, like, trying to push buttons of a narcissist because they do not care if you talk about how you're hurt or how you feel, like, a narcissist does not care about you. But when Sierra pushed their buttons at the end and she was talking about, "This is who you are, this is how you act and behave, and this is what you do," that is what actually triggered both of them to produce some tears or be a little bit, like, shaken by what was going on, because they truly do not care about how anyone else feels. I mean, even the one time when Kyle brought up, like, "Hey, this happened to me too," Amanda shot him down.
Yes. Like, she's like,
Like,
"We weren't
that's your
married."
best friend.
Also, she literally is like, "We were" okay, I also need to say, like, disclaimer, 1,000,000 disclaimer that everyone has always said, like, I understand that Kyle Cook was a horrible husband. I get it. She still married him, she still stayed with him, so what can I do about it? Nothing. She still stayed with him and was married to him. But the idea that she goes I just find it so disrespectful that she's like she said something like, "My ex." I was
I
recently separated
separated from my
from
ex.
my ex. I'm like, "Your ex-husband, your ex of 10 years." Like, as much as she as much as people can claim that, like, he wasted 10 years of her life, which gets mentioned in the City. I saw, like, a clip of him talking to his mom, and he said, like, she said that to him. I'm like, "Well, you also wasted, like, 10 years of his, because the both of you should have never been like, someone should have cut the cord in year 2, year 1." Like, so the idea that, like, she's just so flippant about it, and, like, even West is so flippant about it, and, like, it's like, you you are his self-proclaimed best friend. You brought him to your family's house. He met your family. How can you do this? Like, I just am like, the actual way that these people can compartmentalize every aspect of their life. It's like, well, no, because in September I wasn't with Amanda, so it's fine that I brought him home to meet my family because I wasn't with her. So it's okay. But it's like, that doesn't matter.
I'm so over this, like, well, nothing matters to me, so bringing people home to my family means nothing to me. It's just fun. You're a freak.
Yeah. You're weird. And it just goes to show, honestly, immature. Like, I'm like, you do that shit? Okay, like, even like, even people in high school, okay, who, like, have significant others, boyfriends, whatever, girlfriends, you don't just, like, bring a boy to your family's house and be like, "Okay, mom, this is my boyfriend number 3 of the year." Like, you think about who you bring home. Like, teenagers do that, let alone, like, a 30-year-old man. Why the fuck are you just bringing girls to your family home, and why is your family being like, "Oh, okay," like, this is weird. Like, I'm sorry. It's fucking weird to be like, I'm dating this girl I'm dating this girl. I'm seeing this girl. I'm talking to this girl. Here, come meet my family and all my friends. Like, I feel like that's something you do when you're like, have a label to your relationship and you can explain to your family, like, "Oh, this is my girlfriend and I'm going to be, I see a future with her, even if it's a lie. And blah, 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 blah." Not like, "Oh, yeah, hey, family, meet Kyle Cook. In 6 months, I'm about to be fucking his ex wife." Like, what? And then I'm thinking, you're gonna bring Amanda to meet these people? Like, once again, is
Yeah.
this not weird? Like, you're bringing Amanda. That's like the rumor that, like, she's gonna go
Yeah.
see his family. And I'm like, you're bringing Amanda to your family and being like, "Hi, yeah, you remember Kyle? This is his ex-wife, and I'm dating her now."
Which, by the way, the fact that they flew to Rome, I'm like, are they gonna stay there for the next 3 weeks?
Okay, also, it's like, do you think Summer House fans don't exist in Rome? Like, do you think Bravo viewers aren't, like, traveling in the summer too? Or, like, I just find it so funny because there's already been, like, 3 photos of them, like,
Yeah.
walking the streets. So, like, guys, you are I mean, it'd be better if you just, like, stayed home and, like, DoorDashed every meal. I feel like than, like, going to a different place. Like, I don't know. They're just so bizarre.
The one thing that came up that you were just saying, though, that I wanted to go back to was going back to exclusiveness. One of my favorite parts of the reunion was when West's ex-girlfriend came up. I feel like we didn't get enough details about that. I feel like maybe they cut things down because she's
Mhm.
not involved in Bravo. I would love to hear more about what they said because he was pretty quick to dismiss it as not exclusive. But Mia got involved there and was like because Amanda said that they had a conversation about the fact that he was dating this girl,
Which I don't
and
believe. I
Mia
don't
is just like, "Amanda, why are you doing this?
literally,
Why?"
she goes, "Why? You left your husband to be one of West Side bitches. For what? For what?" I just it's like also, I do not believe that she knew about Miha, like, at all. Or maybe I just don't believe it
I
because
think she's just in the kind of space where she just doesn't care about
yeah.
anyone other than herself, and
Yes.
she's, like, truly wrapped up in this little bubble of just believing that she's special to West and that she's different because she's such a pick me, that until he bursts the bubble by just ditching her, she's not going to come to her senses.
Because Lindsay or someone goes, "She gave you the horsehair tie when you were on Watch What Happens Live, and she stayed over at your apartment that night." I'm sorry? That means you had sex. So
That was literally less than a week before they put out their statement, and that's something too that was really making me laugh, was when they were going back and forth between, "Well, we were just figuring things out, and we were just figuring out how we felt about each other, so we put a statement out even though we had only kissed." But then Amanda at a different time says, "Well, you can't help who you feel so strongly for, and I just so strongly like
yes.
this guy." And they're like, "So what is it? Either you really strongly like him or you guys are trying to figure out how you feel. You
Which one
can't
is it?
be both at once."
And I'm sorry, you can't have this strong. There's just no, I'm like, "I'm sorry, guys."
These are just the 2, like,
This
I thought Tom Sandoval and Raquel were 2 dumb rocks. This is, like, another degree, and, like, that's what's so crazy to me is I was like, there cannot be 2 stupider people, because when you would just look at them, you're like, "Why are you doing this? What do you even have to defend yourself?" These 2 people can't even own up to what they did and
you
just be,
can't even
like,
get a
just be
story.
they can't even be good villains.
To me, I'm like, "Why did you guys not?" Okay, there was, like, 3 weeks between March 31st and the reunion filming date. You couldn't come together and write down a fucking plan, a storyboard, a timeline? Like, I don't understand. I get that they would not know, like, I don't think Amanda knew that Sierra was gonna read her text. Like, I don't think you know what I mean? I don't think she was gonna say January 17th. Like, I get that you don't know what the other people are gonna bring to you, but you know what's out there online. So I'm like, why do you guys not have a story about Miha? Why do you guys not have, like, it just goes to show that they genuinely think they did nothing wrong. Like, they're like, "Oh, we're just gonna come here and say we kissed first. We kissed on whatever, February 27th after the brunch, and we didn't have sex for a month, and then we put out the statement, and it's fine." And it's just like, that's not how that works. The statement, like when they're like, we just didn't know. We just didn't know if we liked each other. But I'm like, okay, so if you're a normal person, which is what Sierra's point is, a normal person gets confronted with this information that everyone knows that you are hooking up with Wes, Amanda and Wes are together. What a normal person would do would be like, okay, we're gonna own up to it and we're gonna cut this shit off. We're gonna say, there's an image circulating. We kissed once. It was a mistake. I'm sorry, Sierra and Kyle. I hope you can forgive me. And leave it at that. You don't then double down and be like, "Well, we're still trying to figure things out, so we're gonna date now. Sorry. LOL." Like, it's just like you can't have it both ways. You
Also
can't
with the statement, like, they said that everyone was asking them about it, so that's why they put out a statement, but Amanda was in Sierra's texts for weeks pretending like nothing was happening, and I mean, also lying to everyone else up there on the stage at the same time, so it's like, who was asking you? And if it was literally just your friends, why wouldn't you just text your friends and tell them the truth? But no, instead you continue to lie to them, like, Jesse was saying, they literally were lying to him up until the day of.
literally lying to,
Why wouldn't you come forward and be honest?
like, okay, the text I think from Sierra and Amanda was March 5th. Like the text they showed this production put in March 5th. So I'm like, so you had your first kiss on February 27th. You texted Sierra on March 5th, and Sierra asked you 15 different ways in the most clearest English ever. You didn't kiss, you didn't hold hands, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. This is your opportunity to be like, you know what? I actually care about this friendship more than I care about this man. So I'm going to tell you. But no, you don't. You care, like, once again, you're selfish. You only care about yourself. And then you're not thinking, like, I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, how are you not
Like,
thinking?
at that point, maybe if she just said, like, "We kissed and
Yes,
I'm really confused," like, obviously, I don't think Sierra would wanna be her friend, and that's fair,
but it
but I
wouldn't be
feel
the
like that's better than, like, letting it go on for weeks and weeks and weeks and then posting a joint statement with him. And the fact that Amanda then continued to go out of her way to text Sierra
Yes.
even further to be like, "We are not a thing, and people are psychos."
Psychos.
We are not psychos, my friend.
No, no. And then also being like, she said something like, I'm just really in my head. Yeah, you're in your head because your fucking guilt's eating you up. Because you did something wrong. Like, I'm like, what? Like, you're 34 years old. How do you not understand guilt and like gut and like subconscious mind telling you, like, no, 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 like, do not do this. Like, it's like, if Wes was actually the love of your life, you would not be feeling guilty. You would be feeling sunshines, rainbows, and butterflies, and you'd be like, fuck everybody. It's us versus the world. But no, it's because he's not your soulmate. He's not your twin flame. You're not going to ride off in the sunset. You're not going to have kids. You're not going to be together. You're not going to get married. Like, this was your perfect, like, I'm just like, Sierra literally gave you the perfect opportunity to fess up to it privately. Yeah, it probably would have been brought up at the reunion stage, of course, but privately. It would not have been blown up to this proportion. And I just think, like, it just goes to show, like, honestly, I'm like, Amanda, like, you're like mentally stunted. Like, you are like still like somehow like a teenage mind. Like,
No, I
how
mean,
are you
the fact that the 2 of
34?
them wrote that
I know.
horrible of a
Also
joint
trying to make a
statement.
joke being like ChatGPT wrote it. I think that, can we say Wes trying to laugh along with the crowd? You're not invited to the laughing time of the joy and happiness on that stage. You're not invited. Neither is Amanda. Like, you guys are here to be miserable, so sit there in your misery. Stop laughing. Stop making faces. Like, I'm like, why are you trying to be like ChatGPT wrote it? Ha 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 ha. It's like, no. And Sierra goes, ChatGPT would do a better job.
No, like, honestly, it was so disturbing to me when Wes talked about how his nudes got leaked, and Amanda's like, "I didn't get them."
Yes.
And then she's, like, looking over his shoulder. I'm like, "Girl, read the room where you are with everyone on stage. Like, have some humility that everyone is still getting used to the fact that you're with this man. Like, what
So
on
gross.
earth?"
It's just so gross. And also, I'm like, this sympathy. Okay, obviously I don't
Sympathy nudes?
agree with the
Sure.
sympathy nudes. Like, literally, I'm like, I do not agree with people's nudes getting leaked. I don't care how horrible of a person you are. Like, it's actually such a violation of privacy. However, this idea that someone hacked your phone, I'm like, no, you clearly send nudes to a lot of women, and you clearly have been dating a lot of women all at the same time. I would not put it past
Yeah, this
anybody.
isn't really a coincidence that this thing would happen after you get exposed for dating multiple women at the same
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
I'm sure someone sent it to their friend who sent it to their friend who sent it. It's the same shit that happens with everything. Like, it's like all these friends, all this whatever, and then it gets posted online. That sucks. It's awful. But like, also him like making a joke about it and like all this stuff. Like, I'm like, this ain't the time to be funny. Like, we are not here to laugh. Like, we're here to actually beat your ass. I can't take it. Like, when Sierra was like, I'm gonna throw them in, like, what did she say? Like,
You better get into the details before I put them in the ground and toss dirt over them.
like literally everything that
To me, I would be like, I don't understand. Like, that's
I'd
why
be
they
crying.
they cannot have been in a normal human state because I would be on the floor rolling, crying. Like,
That's how you know that they were literally, like, drugged out. Like, not drugged, okay, like medicine drugged out. Like, I'm like, they were, down, just, I don't know, because I'm like, how even I'm gonna give Rachel Raquel, like, her ones and twos, because I'm like, even she fucking knew at a point to just fucking sit there and take it. Like, you just have to sit there and take it. Tom Sandoval, you have to realize, like, you are in the wrong. You need to fucking sit there, shut your fucking trap, and just take it.
yeah, like, imagine if Raquel told Ariana to fuck off at the reunion.
Like, hello?
They would have thrown hands.
Her being
And
like
yeah.
I have more friends. I'm with my friends. I have a lot of friends. And it's like, you don't have any friends. That's why everyone at the stage named one friend of yours, because you only have one friend. Well, you had friends on this cast, but now they're not your friends anymore. And it's
Which,
just,
I mean, we should have been know that if the girl only has one friend from literally the 3rd grade who probably can't get rid of her at this point because she has no other friends, we all should have had our, like, ears ringing a little bit more about this
and
one.
I don't know if you caught it, because this was that Katie Luca moment, like, a lot of them are talking over each other. But even Carl was like, because she was like, I have more friends than just that, whatever. And Carl was like, your friends didn't, he said something like, yeah, but the friends you do have say that they haven't seen you either. So I'm like,
Yeah.
hello, like, it's not just the summer house friends, like, your actual other friends, probably, like, in the city friends, like, the people who are, like, she talks to, whatever, like, are probably like, "Yeah, we haven't, Amanda doesn't hang out, Amanda doesn't do this, Amanda doesn't do that," and, like, it just goes to show that it's just, like, a repeat cycle, like, what she did Summer House season 1, like, she hitched her wagon to Kyle, and she just stayed with him. She dug her heels in and was like, all of your friends are my friends. I'm at the summer house every weekend. I mean, she made a career out of it. Good for her. She makes a lot of money. But this is what you're doing with West. And I'm like,
And she will ride out literally everything bad. That's the thing. Like, West would have to be the one to break up with her, honestly, because we saw how long she stayed with Kyle. Like, it does not matter how bad things go with the fact that people don't like her and West together. She will stay with him.
mhm, yeah, she doesn't care. And I also think it's like the ultimate like pick me thing, honestly, to be like West, for better or worse, is the coolest guy in that house to everyone. He is. Like outside of Kyle, like in the newbies, like he is cool. He's cooler than Jesse. Everyone likes him, whatever. He has a good personality, clearly. So it's like she got the new, you know what I mean? Like she got the guy that everyone wanted, even though it's kind of like what has happened to society. We have fallen if Wes Wilson is everyone's desire. But unfortunately, he is.
I
For
mean, she got the cool guy on Bravo in
yeah,
general,
like
I
she
feel like.
got, yes, like the cool guy on Bravo that everyone liked before all this happened. Like he was very likable. He's a very outspoken person, whatever. And it's like you take the guy from the coolest girl. I feel like, you know what I mean? Like it's like this ultimate pick me dream of like, oh my God, he was with the most popular, prettiest girl in the world and he picked me over her. But what Amanda and Wes both failed to realize is that Sierra Miller is literally the most beloved. Like she's very beloved in the summer house by her castmates, but also like on Bravo. Like because she was on Traders, like she's beloved by Dolores, like Dorinda Medley, like even like is talking about her in like her podcast. Like she's a very likable girl. Chanel Ayan, like all these housewives like love her because she's so beautiful. She's, carries herself well, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it's kind of like, okay, you got the coolest guy on Bravo, but you also, well, now his stocks are completely plummeted. And the coolest girl that you stole him from has only gotten 10 times cool, 100 times, million times cooler. Like,
But to your point, what came out today that both Lindsay and Kyle co-signed, which is interesting because Kyle co-signed this after he's supposedly spoken to West one-on-one as well,
yeah,
is the theory that
yeah,
West was trying to attach himself to Amanda because he thought she was going to get her Ariana Madix moment from her divorce with Kyle, and that he was like, basically, they're kind of doing the same thing.
yeah,
He wanted to attach himself to her because he thought he could ride off into the sunset with her in her Ariana era. And then she's thinking she's gonna get the cool guy from the cool girl, and she's gonna be the new cool girl. And it's just totally blown up in both of their faces.
yeah. I also saw that someone said, which I don't know these dates, so like don't quote me on this, but someone said that apparently, according to the dates that they said, like West and Amanda, it's very much aligned with like her Marie Claire like interview, like every like sort of milestone moment that she started getting for the press of this show of season 10 is like linked, was like in February, in the end of January, like the time where she was kind of blowing up. And it like proves that point once again because it's also
Yeah.
like he was like, oh, she's like getting really popular, like I should, try and go for her. And of course he made the first move because he's disgusting, and like of course she said okay because she's disgusting. Like I just like, I
Yeah.
said this in my TikTok, but I'm like, I cannot imagine like my friends, any of my friends' exes, first of all, like trying to be their friend in any capacity, but like them trying to make a move on me and me being like, oh, okay. Like I would like, I'm scared and you need to get the fuck away from me, like right now.
Yeah.
And I would tell my friend immediately. But it just goes to show how just like little they think of Sierra and honestly how zero they think of Kyle. Like actually, like it's like they think nothing of either of them and they just thought like, oh well, like Ariana, got rid of her ex and then had her boyfriend. Like Ariana got with that her current boyfriend very soon after.
Mhm.
But it's like her current boyfriend was some random guy.
But I think too, like my thing is they don't care about Sierra. They both decided, like Sierra was saying, you both put thought into this. Like there's thought. You guys sat down and talked about this and still decided to do it. They both were like, yeah, we could both lose Sierra. We'll be fine with it. And then they both pretty much were like, yeah, we don't give a shit about Kyle. So like you
Hmm.
know what I mean? They were like, either Kyle will forgive us because he's more likely to, because look at him, like he just doesn't want to have problems with anyone, or like it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
it is. It's also I'm like, it's also funny because in the city, Danielle is currently with a guy who she's still with, who is technically still legally married, and Amanda has a lot to say about it, like, a lot to say about it. She's like, "Why is she like, he's still legally married, whatever," and then she defends herself for those same actions, and I'm like, this is once again, like, how can you compartmentalize your life like this? It's fucking weird. Like, it is weird.
And she said she sent like, her lawyer tried to contact Kyle. Okay, when? Give us the date.
Literally,
Like, was it
literally.
2 days ago?
I'm like, "I'm sorry, I don't believe it because you're so lazy." I honestly, I'm like, I don't think they'll ever, like, get divorced. Like, unless Kyle's like, "Oh, well, I wanna, like, I'm that girl." 'Cause I just am like, she's so lazy that I just don't believe she has, like, the capabilities to, like, even pick up the phone and call a lawyer. Like, I'm
No,
just
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, does she even have a divorce lawyer? Like, she probably has a lawyer for her other things, but does she have a divorce lawyer?
because,
Unless
like,
it's
yeah, she's like, "Oh, it now, of course, it's like, once again, of course your divorce is getting, like, dragged out because Kyle's not responding. Oh, okay. And not because you're partying every single night with this dud-ass man who's a fucking overgrown toddler, which, can we just say, I've been calling fucking Wes a toddler a child for weeks, and the amount of, like, happiness it brings me that Lindsay Hubbard literally read him down the field and then ended it with, "'Cause you're a fucking toddler."
Yeah, because she literally has one.
I'm like, "Exactly, you are one. You're literally worse than one."
That's
And,
fair
like,
because you've also been around a lot of toddlers
literally, like
from experience.
literally, because, like, even when Amanda was, like, said something like, "You can't help who you like," I'm like, "You're not a kid. Like, you are not a child. You are not 2 years old.
Yeah.
You
When they
can't."
were like, "We're not in high school, we're in our 30s."
Like, once again, you can't say, like, she acts, and that's, like, this is again my point, like, what I've been saying for weeks. Maybe they are a match made in heaven because they both act like they have no control of their actions and, like, how it affects people. Like,
You're
it's just, like,
right. Because the way that West, like, always his thing is like, "Well, I didn't mean to. Like, I said that I didn't wanna be in a relationship with her. I did kiss her and do everything but have sex with her and had her sleep over at my house, but, like, I don't wanna be in a relationship, and I said that." And everyone's like, "Okay, but Wes, but do all of your other actions align with what you're saying?" And he's like,
literally.
"No." Like, he just says that and to excuse literally every single thing that he does, and I agree with you, like, I feel like they are honestly a match made in heaven for exactly the reasons why Sierra said it,
Mhm.
and that's why what Sierra said hit so hard because it's so true. Like, that's literally what everyone is thinking.
Yes, because Amanda needs to be with the coolest guy in the world, and she doesn't, and for better or worse,
At any expense, like,
yeah.
she just needs to be with them.
And I'm sorry, this was also Kyle at a point, and probably still now, is Kyle was the man of the house. Like, he was the coolest one. It was his show, everything. And now that's West. Like, West is this cool guy that everyone likes. And it's just like West needs to be the star of the show. So he needs a woman who's gonna stay in her place. Sierra was always has been more popular than him, and she was never going to, they were never gonna be equal. She was always gonna be above him, and he didn't like that. Like, and again, that's why he plays with her every season, because he knows that, and this goes back to the thing that Kyle said and Lindsay co-signed on Threads and what they kind of said, Lindsay said at the end about the clout chasing. It's like, he is so good at playing the part when the cameras are rolling. He wants to feed the audience what they want. The audience wants Wes and Sierra, before all this, wants Wes and Sierra together because people like that story of this friends to lovers shit, blah, 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 blah. They love it. They love the, like, oh, we got the whole, like, I don't even know, like, how to explain it, but it's kinda like this love story that just, like, never ends, kind of like the back and forth, the will they, won't they
Yeah,
kind
the
of vibe.
situationship, yeah.
Yeah, like, people love that stuff, and Wes knows that, so that's why for 2 seasons, he spent groveling, wanting her, like, pleading for Sierra's attention, and then the second he gets it back, instead of which he's telling Ben, like, "Oh, I don't wanna date her, I wanna do this." So then the normal person would be like, "Oh, Sierra, I'm glad we're friends, but we can never cross a romantic boundary." You would say that on camera. But no, he doesn't wanna say that on camera, he doesn't wanna confess it to her face because he wants to make her look insane, but then he also wants to kiss her because he wants to give the audience something to be like, "It's the last weekend, we had a kiss, what could be happening now?" And everything about his social media use before this scandal was playing into that. All his comments, all
And
his
that's
like,
valid too with, like, what Sierra was saying of, like, I don't feel like any of us actually know you because you compartmentalize your life so much between filming and not filming, like, you had this whole exclusive girlfriend
that no
in
one knew about.
the show, and you're doing this, that, and the other. Like, we don't really know you because you only show what you wanna show on TV versus, like, again, like, for this storyline. And then, of course, he only has these direct conversations with Sierra about what he truly wants, not on camera, because he also, like, cannot have difficult conversations on camera either.
No.
Because, I mean, he literally sat there the entire reunion, unless Bravo did him so dirty by literally not giving him a single word to say, which I find really hard to believe because this whole thing is about them. That man did not speak, he stayed mute, and I do think he learned from his first reunion experience of getting dogged out so bad for speaking poorly that he's like, "I'd rather get, like, chewed out for being mute than for saying something and then allowing them to jump on it,"
Yeah.
because they would come after him like a dog with a bone if he says something that they can latch onto. So I actually feel like he was trying to be really selective about what he was saying in the reunion because he, like, has kind of learned his lesson.
Mhm.
Whereas I feel like Amanda was being way more impulsive in the reunion.
Which she never is, like, which I guess
Like,
she
again,
also
this is when you choose to
yeah,
act that way, like,
she's
seriously,
also
like, we all were rooting for you for, like, 10 years to stand up for yourself.
and you finally stand up for yourself against your friend that you wronged. It's so disgusting. And yeah, it's like I also think like how it must feel for Sierra to like hear from this girl that he was dating her while him and Sierra were like kind of
Having
low key
sleepovers.
seeing each other. Yeah, like it's like I just am like in what like for West, it's like how can you be like he's like me and Miha had a what do you say like we had like a
We
conversation. We had
weren't
a
no, he just said we weren't exclusive, which, like, again, Sierra has been so crystal clear, we talked about this last week or 2 weeks ago, about not wanting something casual. She made that clear, like, literally 3 years ago. She is now 3 years older. I don't think that that has changed because she's continued to say the same things. So why are you having sleepovers with her
yeah.
if
It's
you don't want casual and if you're
yes.
seeing other people? Like, it's just so crazy to me.
I'm
I'm
like,
just
I'm
glad that
sorry, you want me?
she's, like, out of his, like, I'm just glad that out of this, Sierra is finally free from her shackles of
Yes.
being tied to this man. Like,
Literally,
thank
because I'm like,
you.
I'm sorry, you want me to believe 2 people who have had history are having sleepovers and nothing's happening? Okay.
When Amanda said they were PG, like, and Lindsay's like, "What does that even mean?"
Literally! Like, I'm like, "Okay, so you weren't okay, so then if it's PG, why are you even sleeping there?"
And then why did Wes say on his podcast that it got serious in February and you're saying you didn't kiss until March?
Once again, like, they're just so idiotic. Because 'cause I'm like, "Why could you not have come together and been like, okay, so we're gonna agree on this. We're gonna do this." Like, and I
Why
love
didn't they talk to a single publicist and get a little bit of advice on how to go about this?
I know when Amanda was like, "I don't want my managers to know where I am." I turned my location off for my managers too. It's like, you have management and they let you do that? Like, you have managers and they sat there and let you keep that fucking story up for 24 hours. Okay. Like, okay. But
What
yeah,
else? What else did you wanna talk about?
I'm like trying to think. I feel like we kind of like went through everything, but I just like am so ready for like I do think they're gonna talk like because remember when they had the NBC upfront and they showed that clip at the reunion where Carl is talking. It's like during one of the breaks and like Mia
They were all talking about how he had a
the
girlfriend.
girlfriend, and because I think no one knew that she was gonna say that at that point or, like, whatever, reveal that. Like, I want to go focus more on that. Because 'Cause I'm like, I think it needs to be, like, stated to the public, like, I know this girl is, like, not on the show or whatever, but I'm like, I, like, need them to be like, she told me that she saw you and blah, 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 blah." Like, I'm like, clearly, this girl told Sierra and Lindsay all this information. So, like, I just really hope that in the part 2 or part 3 that they, like, expose that because it kinda,
And
like
again, not only did he do your friend dirty 3 times now, but he did this other girl dirty, and that's still a green flag to you?
mind you, a girl who he was with a week, 5 days before your statement came out and also was shouting out on the like, the fact that there's the clip of him on Watch What Happens Live, like, it's just like, you're so smug, you're so disgusting, you're literally, like, disturbing. Like, I don't understand how you can look someone in the eye and be like, "I'm gonna yes, come over, come to New York, let's hang out," and then also be with this other girl at the same time. Like, it's not like this is what's wrong with let me go on my soapbox. Like, this is what's wrong with modern dating because it's like just because you tell one girl like we're exclusive, but then if you don't tell every other girl you're seeing that, oh hey, by the way, I'm exclusive with this other girl, it doesn't matter. It doesn't literally doesn't matter because you're being a liar at the end of the day. Because I'm like, you tell Mia you're an
What's
exclusive.
wrong with, like, all these other
Yes,
terms that we have for dating?
literally.
Like, let's either be boyfriend and girlfriend or
Or
not.
not.
This whole, like, exclusive, not exclusive situationship, like,
It's
it's just not
so
working,
backwards.
and again, we're in our 30s, like,
Literally, like,
why are we having no.
I'm like, "Amanda, you couldn't have fun. You couldn't walk outside in New York City, walk down the fucking street, see the hottest man you could have ever seen, then the next 6 that walked past you and date him when you're a
And that's
celebrity."
what Sierra said, like, Amanda was doing her whole, "You guys have never felt this way before, you guys have never liked someone," and Sierra's like, "Literally pick any other man in New York. Any other man."
Anyone else, like, you and also, mind you, you're literally like a D-list celebrity. You are a reality TV celebrity. You can't go on
You could pick
Raya.
any other D-list celebrity. There's, I'm sure, tons of men that would have been down
I'm like, you
for, like,
can't
a
go
fling.
literally. Like, you can't even go call the fucking Austin Kroll,
That's what I was gonna
like,
say, get Harry Jowsey in here, like, seriously.
like, literally, Austin Kroll's family ran through the summer house already. Why can't you call
Yeah.
him up? Like, I'm just like, what is wrong with you? Like, literally, it's like someone you just wanna, like, shake them both and be like, "What the fuck?" Like, snap out of it, but I honestly think, like, this is just them. Like, it's honestly it's just like, wow, like, we've been watching you guys for years, and, like, you are just who you are, and it's shocking, and I also think, like, going kinda back to the beginning, like, I think it was, like, even shocking for Andy to be like, "Wow, like, you have 0 remorse. You're not scared at all. You're not emotional. There's nothing there for you." And, like, you would think a demise of a 10-year relationship and a demise of a 5-year friendship would solicit some sort of emotion, but it literally is not, and I'm just like, I don't know. I'm like, maybe you need to go to the doctor and, like, get a new dosage on these meds because they might be working a little too good, where you feel absolutely nothing, and that's not good. Like, I'm like, I don't know. I'm kind of annoyed, though, that they ended on a to be continued. I'm like, "Okay, well, can we get a preview for the next part?" Like,
They did put out a sneak peek. Did you see
okay,
it?
no, I didn't.
It
Yeah.
sound again, Amanda accuses Kyle of not being faithful in his marriage.
We don't care.
Asked, and then, he says yes, and she says no, and then Amanda says something about being embarrassed, and Mia's like, "Yeah, it's embarrassing." And
Great.
then Kyle seems to kinda go at West,
Can't
and he
wait.
walks off the stage, and then they're like, "West, you should go and follow her." But it wasn't, like, anything too juicy.
I'm like, "Girl, I'm sorry. Kyle was not faithful when you guys were boyfriend and girlfriend. So is it shocking that he allegedly wasn't faithful when you're husband and wife now?" Like, it's not shocking. I'm sorry. Like,
Also, like, she's been talking about getting these DMs for years, so, like,
literally.
again, it's like, I'm not mad at the, like, "I'm Kyle's victim" take, but you had so much time for that to actually pay out because people would have felt bad for you, whereas, like, you've been crying about these things for, like, 4 years now, and even if this stuff didn't happen with West, like, I'm not sympathetic to her, like, her on In the City when they were arguing and she was definitely wearing a raincoat, what Kyle said,
I
like,
know, that was
it was a
actually
raincoat. I don't feel bad for her, like, you're mad about stuff that happened before you even got married. How am I supposed to feel bad for you?
I know. Exactly. And, like, yeah, I just am like, you should have honestly you should have done what Carl did and just fucking called off the damn wedding.
Yeah.
Stuck it out, and you would have
I
had a
mean, think
better
about that season and how much it was talked about that, like, they shouldn't get
to not
married.
be to get yes. Like, I'm just like, "Why?" And once again, like, I'm just like, you guys are just way too old to be like, this woe is me attitude with shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, "Well, I can't call off the wedding because I already paid for all of this." Well, it's like, "Okay, and?" Like, I'm just like, "Okay, and?" Is a lifetime of misery or losing $100,000 of not even your own fucking money? And mind you, wasn't it they had it at their parents' backyard, so it's probably like 20K. And you had it on Bravo, so it
And
was
she, like,
probably
refused
nothing.
to sign a prenup
Yeah,
too, didn't she?
yes. Which is why, like, in the city, which I don't think we're gonna have time to talk about that. Maybe, I don't know, but
We can talk
in
about it
the
next week.
in the preview for the season,
Yeah, it's yeah.
she's like, "I'm gonna come for you." It's like, "For what? With what? You did there's no with what?" And guess what? You were married to him, so, that $40 million loan that he has that he always talks about, like, girl, it's gonna
But
be buckle up for those alimony payments. Like, I'm just like, enough. Like, I don't know. It just feels like everything that we are going to see in the city or like the remaining of the reunions. Obviously, the reunion's going to be done in wrap up in 2 weeks, but it's like we have a full season of In the City. I'm assuming they're going to do a reunion for that. And it's kind of just like, I can't take you seriously because I already know what's coming. and it's 10 times worse anything that's happening right now.
It's funny because I keep thinking to myself, like, will she do more reality TV?
Yeah,
But
I think
what else would she do?
I think she's gonna be in In the City
I
season 2.
think she's gonna have to be on reality TV.
I don't think that she will ever get a full redemption arc, like, at all, because I think the Bravo audience is not too kind. I don't know, like, she really fucked up, but I think because of the other people in the city, I don't think it'll matter that she's there, but I also feel like Bravo's gonna wanna be there for the demise of her and Wes, like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, or the chance that they'll stick it out. Like, I just feel like she's gonna be in season 2 because this is a storyline that is, like,
Yeah, because people will either, like, love to
yeah,
hate it or
they'll
hate
be talking about it
it, and, like,
regardless.
yeah, yeah, it'll keep people talking. I am really curious to see what happens with Sierra, though, because I feel like
Same.
Sierra will refuse to do whatever it is that they're doing. And she already
Same.
made that weird comment, well, not weird, but, like, people were saying she would be able to do Summer House, and she said that she would never give a report to TMZ who said she could do Summer House, so I'm like, "Is she not coming back to Summer House? And if so, like, what does that mean?"
I know, 'cause I keep seeing people be like, "I want her to
It
ride
would
off
just be
the sunset."
so sad, like, to not see her with, like, Mia and KJ, like, there's so much, like, promise
Yes.
there, I'm like, "You have to be on a show
Well,
with them."
yeah, 'cause I'm also like, I keep seeing people be like, "She needs to just ride off in the sunset, like, her chapter's closed," but I'm like, "No, her chapter's honestly not closed because this like, I'm like, I think her chapter will be closed after this next season. 'Cause, like, the reunion.
Yeah, like, kind of what Ariana did, but, like, she's such good
Yes,
reality TV.
and I feel
Like,
like
what she's giving on this reunion,
yeah.
10 out of
Yes,
10.
and, like, I do think, yeah, her friendship with me and her friendship with KJ. Also, it's like, how can anyone come back to that house and not talk about this? So, you're gonna have to have somebody from there,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I cannot be Amanda and West. It cannot. I refuse for that to happen, and I think the Bravo producers know that. Like, I don't know, because 'cause I'm
Like, I don't wanna see Amanda coming on there with Wes and then going out every weekend and partying when all
same.
she's done is sit in bed for the last 10 seasons. Like, I don't want that.
I just yeah.
Well, we're gonna be back next week for round 2, and hopefully we'll be able to chat a little bit more about In the City,
Mhm,
but we are also live posting on Threads for the reunion, so make sure that you're following us at First in Line Pod on Threads, and then
mhm.
also at First in Line Pod on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, and make sure that you are subscribed or following us on all streaming platforms, YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts.
And don't forget to rate and review us on Apple Pods and Spotify. Leave a comment, 5-star review. It all helps. And also, please engage with our socials. We work
Please,
really
please,
hard,
please.
especially our TikToks, please. Thank you.
Thanks for listening, we'll see you next time on First in Line.